Ladies and gentlemen, we've gone viral. We've done it. We've hit the big time.
Yeah. So if you don't recognize this anymore, it's because our heads are too big to fit in the door.
That's right. Drive-through only.
Yeah.
It could fit in a car. But yeah.
Big cars.
Big time car.
Yeah. Because we can afford it now because we've gone viral.
I had to get a bigger door. Yeah, I've always said, like, we try to post these Instagram clips, but I'm like, I don't know if Ghostrunners is built to go viral.
No one's really knowing what's going on in these clips. Yeah.
It's built to, like, hey, you listen, you like it, you tell a friend, they get involved, and like, oh man, this really is great.
Yeah.
But we don't like talk about pop culture. We don't talk about a lot of things, and quite honestly, maybe we're just not funny enough to just go viral on our,
Fair.
humor alone. But Brad's little riff on how to make the WNBA more profitable,
More pluckable.
but yeah, how to pluck it up.
Yeah.
Has recently hit the algorithm, and
Here's the video. Here's the algorithm.
bang. Here's WNBA players. Here's a 9-foot rim.
Hey, and one.
And I think the reason this went viral is because it started a conversation. It wasn't just like, hey, this is so funny. This is like, hey, these are legitimate, thoughts, ideas. Which, by the way, poor, her name's Kayla or something. She was early on commented like, I love Ghostrunners. I was a bit disappointed by this, and I replied. We had a very healthy conversation, a back and forth in person, or not, but in public, like in the comments when this clip first went out. Great, no problem, easy.
Oh,
well, now that it's gone viral, it's because I commented on it. Like now, it's like one of the top comments. It's so every like third comment is a reply to like poor Kayla, and it's like, yo, get this bleep out of my bleeping comments. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm sorry, Kayla. I'm sorry.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah,
it had 4,000 views whenever you commented. I bet. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, it was funny. Like yesterday, you kept like seeing like different people commenting, and it felt like every other one was like, "This is genius. This is the worst thing in the world." I love this. I hate this.
I would go to the game. Next comment. This guy hates women.
Yeah.
All women, I guess.
So it just seems like we need to do more controversial topics.
Yeah, we should.
Just having hot takes, even if we don't care, even if we don't believe in them. Yeah, we just need to throw some stuff out there so that on Instagram people will think that we're ridiculous bigots.
We're free thinkers too.
Yeah, exactly.
This could be an inside joke with the ghosties. Like, you guys know, once an episode, Brad and I are going to say something that's just so ridiculous.
That also just gives us insurance to say anything. And like, that's the bit. I promise.
No, I
promise. That one was for the bit.
That was
was for the bit. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that theology. No. No, I guarantee you. He's fine with that.
That's a pretty funny idea. Yeah. Now we just have the freedom. Like, well, anything could have been like, no, it's for Instagram.
Well, I thought you could only do one an episode. Well, that's the thing. We were doing 2 to have double the inside jokes this episode.
We did 2 that time.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's do it. This week, we need just like a somewhat of a controversial stance. Like,
okay.
Rachel's busy taking like her praxis test right now.
Yeah, shout out to Rachel.
Yeah, we can talk about her later. But I don't like that she's having to do that. In fact, I'm going to say no more standardized testing.
No more standardized testing.
In the American education realm.
Well, the whole system is flawed, right?
Okay.
Like we need to cut the tax, the funding in general. Like, why do we even have, honestly, who needs testing? Who needs the education at all?
I'm going to say what a lot of people are scared to say. America needs to get rid of schools.
I read a fact that 8 out of 10 kids don't even know what school is.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. It's such a... I was not... Okay, hold on. Let me get it back. Let me get it back for the clip.
All right.
I was expecting something that made like a little bit
of sense. All right. Let me just say it one more time. I read a fact. I was on Reddit the other day. I read a fact that 8 out of 10 kids don't even know what school is. Like, you tell them, let's go to school, they think they're just hanging out with a bunch of fish.
Oh, SKOL? Not even close.
No, not even close.
Maybe you cheered for the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, that's okay. Or maybe you're taking a dip.
Yeah.
No, it's 8 out of 10.
Get it back.
I just looked at you and your face is like you have water coming out of your eyes.
I just was not expecting that. 8 out of 10. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Eight out of kids.
I guarantee you I could go to a 9-year-old and say, hey, does 8 out of 10 kids not believe in school or not know what school is? And they could look it up on their phones and know yes or no. That's because this is your education from now on.
Here's your textbook.
Yeah, here it is right here. Here's your thesaurus. Here's your
dictionary.
Yes. Yeah, everyone knows what that stands for because they have a phone.
Here's your water cycle. Here's your ancient Mesopotamia.
Yeah, right there.
Algebra.
Here's your AB calculus. Here's your Pythagorean theorem.
Did you say AB calculus?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to start with the letters.
Y equals AX plus B.
Yeah. I think school has failed the American people. How many kids feel like they just get judged on like, oh well, I tested low.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Title 1. Kids who can't read good.
Yeah.
I've been told I can't read as good as the other kids. I've been told I need to be held back.
Yeah. You can't read good. You don't do good. You don't do a well job in school.
If you don't go to school, you can't get held back.
No, it's a fact.
That's right.
There's no grip outside of school to hold you back.
There is nothing.
No.
Also, let's address every child has unique needs, unique goals, and we're just going to treat all of them the same, send them all to the same schools with the same curriculum, the same algebra.
Well, I do think we should treat them all the same. And by same, I mean none of them should go to school.
Yeah.
You could all watch the same channels on TV, though.
Better
Nickelodeon is educational. Blue's Clues?
YouTube and TikTok. There's your TV. You can learn a lot on there.
Talk about new channels.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I guarantee you, anything you can learn in a school, you can learn on YouTube. Prove me wrong.
That's good.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I used to read Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer.
Yes.
Those kids didn't know the difference in a 1 and a 2. But they knew how to build a raft.
Yeah, I've watched people paint fences on YouTube though. That's what they do in Tom Sawyer.
Okay, got it. Okay. I thought it was maybe a Mr. Miyagi thing briefly.
Paint the fence.
But Tom and Huck.
Yeah.
Didn't know a thing.
Nope.
But they developed critical thinking skills by being outside.
Right.
Figuring it out themselves.
Right.
That's what we need here.
Yeah. It's called being outside school.
Yeah.
And it's actually a thing.
Borderline aborigines. That's what I want. 8 out of 10 kids. Don't know what school is.
8 out of kid 10.
8 out of kid 10s. All right.
Roll the music.
Roll the music.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking ground. Ghostrunners
podcast. All right.
That's fun.
That's got to be a recurring thing because I think once a week you're just going to hit me with some stat that I really do not see coming. That's going to be great. Yeah, it's shocking to a lot of people.
They're all true. Yeah.
8 out of 10 kids don't even know what school is.
Shout out to Christian Smith, I think, on that Instagram video. He said, wow, this is crazy. Every WNBA fan commented on this video. Like 300 comments. So... shout out to you, Christian.
Yeah, shout out. I was just texting them last night.
The old Oregon Gas Boys.
The Gas Boys, the now Longview, Texas boys.
Still use gas in their cars, so that's okay to call them Gas
still
Boys.
gasoline boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to... I've been listening to their podcasts more. I've been encouraging them to like, hey, make some videos, make some skits, whatever. And they said they finally made their first one.
Okay.
And I was like, that's sweet. I said, I don't even want to know what it's about, but give me options, and I want to try and guess.
So this is like a Gene Shorts style video, not like a video of their podcast, like not like a clip like that went viral like ours did yesterday.
Yes, this is like
or that our one that we just recorded is going to do next week.
Exactly.
Okay.
With the American schools, this is like
a separate video.
Yeah, just comedy videos for Instagram.
Fun.
Here's your 3 options. Your friend who just started watching UFC. Like I don't think I could do that well, but it's already like kind of a funny premise.
I like that idea for that one, and like you're just either wearing like super tight like Under Armour shirts all the time, or I don't know, having like a Fu Manchu or something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe it's something with Joe Rogan is in there too.
Sure.
And you're just like, you kind of want to like roughhouse everyone. Like you're like
Yeah,
28,
exactly.
but you kind of want to like.
Which is how Gunner. Do you remember? Gunner's gotten a lot better. Gunner used to roughhouse me every single time he saw me. I was borderline like uncomfortable when Gunner walked into a room.
He's gotten better.
Yeah, better.
Option 2, weird things for guys to say to each other.
Fun.
You could, I don't know what route they might go with that, but I think it could be fun. Just like, do you look cute today?
Dude, yeah, maybe I shouldn't hear the rest of these options because I'm going to want to do every video that they say.
I know.
Yeah.
Third option, POV, you show your Amish friend a light switch. They're great, dude. I replied and I was like, I hope every single one of these gets made. It's
Yeah, really.
phenomenal premises. They're going with,
No, let me guess. They're going with the second one.
yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Weird things for guys to say to each other.
The other two are like almost too easy for those guys. They're too funny. I love those guys because they're like true friends. Like they're like best friend. I mean, two of them are brothers, and then Christian's like their best friend. And so that's like the perfect formula for doing something like this. Is like if you truly enjoy hanging out, even without doing this, like you will have fun with it and make it more successful. Like
Yeah.
because if you're just worried about success the whole time, I think it could get really, really old, really, really fast. But they're like, no. Like we're just having fun doing this for ourselves, and we think it's funny, and therefore it's a blast.
Yeah, if we tried to make Ghostrunners a business right away, we'd have been like, all right, it's been 6 months, less than 1,000 people are listening, we've got no money. Maybe it doesn't need to be comedy. Like we need to pivot.
Yeah, let's pivot this thing. Like people clearly aren't like wanting this as bad as we thought they did.
We need to figure out something else.
Yeah, like Jake, get married right away. Like, come on, like this is not working.
That's gonna help, Brad. I'm gonna need you to crank out a few more kiddos.
Few more kids, few more tables. You know, in that order. No, yeah, like we took that. We did a T-shirt Academy e-course with TJ, just kind of helping us, talk through potential e-commerce merch stuff,
Ramping it up, hopefully.
And yeah, there were certain people in that class that were like literally just starting, like not even like had an idea yet of what they were doing. They were just trying to get inspiration. And I thought to myself, kind of like what you're saying, if we had to start Ghostrunners right now, I would be so impatient. If I had the vision of like, this is going to be a business someday that we're going to invest money into, it'd be really hard to be like, okay, we haven't made $1 in the first year.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
How do we... what's the best way to launch our T-shirt brand?
Yeah.
It's like, well, people don't even like...
I didn't even know we had a brand.
Yeah.
Like we're calling ourselves Ghostrunners. We talked about that for 30 seconds before we called ourselves that. Are we sure that's a good idea? Just overanalyzing everything.
How fun would it be to go back and hear that initial conversation that you had? Like, dude, we should start a podcast. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any like names in mind? Because that's how I remember it vaguely. I'm asking like, do you have any names in mind? And you're like, I always want to start a band.
Yeah.
Ghostrunners out second.
I was like, I'm probably not going to start a band,
But it sounds like this podcast thing might happen. I was like, I mean, that sounds a little like baseball-y, but I'm good with just like Ghostrunners.
See what happens. Yeah.
Great.
I know.
Bang, it's over.
I can't, there's so many times in life. Like I would love to go back and watch the first time I met Catherine. Like, how did I interact with her? What was the conversation? Because I remember it in my head, but I'm sure it was completely different, like in real life. Or like, what was the conversation like the first time I like really like, not just met her, but like noticed her and like, was like, oh my gosh, this girl is very attractive to me. Like
that's kind of fun that Rachel and I kind of have that.
Yeah.
The Patreon video.
Yeah.
We kind of have our first night.
Totally.
We have our first conversation.
Like, time that you guys are talking right there. Yeah.
So that is pretty fun. But yeah, I get excited, but I would also be scared if it was like, hey, we could show you in 10th grade. I'm like, gosh, do I want to see that?
Sure.
Because I can't remember much.
But you can't change it. Like, that's the nice thing. Like, if it's like, hey, go back to 10th grade and have the same conversation that you had before that changed your life, it's like, oh, gosh, that is a big responsibility. But if it's like, hey, I'm very content with where my life is right now, I would love to go back.
Matter.
Yeah, and see myself, get like an 82 on this math test that I tried so hard to get a better grade on in AB calculus, and Scott just dominated me. But who cares?
Yeah, that's a good perspective. Like knowing it doesn't change anything and you're still where you are today.
Yeah.
I would just love to go back and see like, how did I treat my teachers? Like I just can't remember stuff like that. Like how many people did I talk to in a given high school day?
Yeah.
I think a lot, but I just want to see it. Who did I talk to? Yeah. Was I as nice to other people as I remember being?
I don't know. I can't grasp heaven, but I hope that's part of heaven. Is like just like,
I don't think we're gonna care about
I don't think so either. But right now, that's why I can't grasp it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's so hard to fathom that this world is like so trivial.
Yeah.
But right now, that just seems like one of the most fun things is that we could like look down and like see those things,
Yeah. Like unlimited memory bank.
Yeah.
Transcend time.
Yeah.
Go back in memories.
Absolutely. You're right. You're right, though. It's like once we get there, it's like, who cares about our teachers in high school?
Most of them aren't even up here with me.
Definitely not the science teachers. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Which do you feel like you had weirder experiences with, science or English? Because those are, I feel
English for sure.
See, yeah, Stratford skewed more science.
Really?
The weirdos.
No, yeah. I mean, like English teachers were like, Timon's not here, so it's not. I can't
Explain why Timon's not here briefly.
Timon's not here because we're having technical difficulties. The thing that worked well last week is just not working for some reason.
The thing with the same exact chords, but the same exact software and hardware that worked beautifully last week just doesn't work now. So we sent Timon on air and we're like, well, you don't really need to use those fine fingers of yours, so go get us.
Go do something, buddy.
I should have do more stuff. Grab me an acai bowl. Grab 10 kids. I can't talk.
Acai bowl does sound nice, and I got an email, buy one, get one half off. But he's not going to be
I think
very
where
close.
he's going, nowhere near one. Anyway,
I was going to say, English teachers are, I was going to make fun of Timon because he's a theater guy, but he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So just pretend like you're Timon real quick. English teachers are like theater kids.
Whoa!
Oh, not yet. Okay. One more. English teachers are like theater kids who decided they wanted to make a little bit more money.
Hey, mister!
Hey, wait! I don't know. Wait a second!
I just saw Bugsy Malone last week. The middle
that?
school play. You ever heard of Bugsy Malone?
No.
Well, I'll tell you, it's what I've enjoyed texting Rachel. Morning, Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone.
We'll table that. Let's keep talking about English teachers and science teachers.
Bugsy Malone, does that have to do with basketball? Like Muggsy Bogues? Bugsy Mogues?
It does not. At least it did not come up in like the abridged junior version of the Bugsy Malone play.
Maybe the 2-hour version. It's different.
It's in there.
No, I can think of like specifically high school English teachers. My middle school English teachers were awesome. They were normal, really cool. High school English teachers when it got a little bit weird. Yeah. It's like you go to Renaissance fairs on the weekend.
Yeah.
You have the chain meal. I said cornmeal one time. People made fun of me. You have the chain meal, like just like draped, on a little like show place in the corner of your classroom. Mm-hmm. You get emotional when you talk about Jane Eyre. Like you're feeling some type of way about this.
Yeah.
I honestly, and I'm not trying to like sound too cocky or like whatever, but I think that my English teachers disliked me a little bit because I was a little bit of a jock. Like I think there was something like pent up,
maybe
built up, like where it was like, oh, he plays sports, therefore he's not as nice of a kid as these other kids, or he makes fun of all these other. And I was like, I'm a nice guy, I promise.
I'm a good student.
I have to wear my football jersey on Thursdays.
I'm one of the 2 out of 10 kids that knows what school is. I like this.
I'm going to advocate for school later on my podcast.
Yeah, we had I guess it was reading, not quite English, but similar.
You had a class that was just reading?
I'm pretty sure in 9th grade, it was like, I mean, you take 7 classes. They can't all just be the 4 core classes.
So there's a word and then there's another word and you put them together and that makes a sentence.
You should have learned this about 8 years ago or so, but happy you're in here, Jake.
Reading. I think I did take like a 7th grade reading class or something.
In Stratford, there was a 9th grade option, and it's adjacent to English, and that was a weirdo teacher. She would always play Nelly Furtado.
Yes, dude.
It's just like kind of weird, and like no one's asking for this. Like Nelly Furtado was like, banging at the time.
No, she wasn't.
No, I'm saying like not about her looks or anything. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, she was not popular though.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Nelly Furtado,
2006.
She was popular in like the 90s.
Really?
I think she had that one song kind of with Gwen Stefani or something at one point in our day, but if she was playing like extensive Nelly Furtado.
Oh yeah, Promiscuous. Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Is that
Promiscuous boy?
Is that with Gwen?
That's with Timbaland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like Nelly Furtado was like my sister's time.
She was, because Man Eater? That was like an older one, right?
I don't know her very well because she wasn't popular when we were around. Anyway, but you listen to you know her pretty well.
If you Google Nelly Furtado, her top 2 songs were from 2006,
which makes sense.
Top 3.
More stuff got downloaded in 2006.
Oh. Anyway, so yeah, that was really weird, and she like, I don't know if anything ever came out, like anything happened, but I feel like she was like always talking to like senior guys who like weren't in her class.
Really?
It was like, why does my friend who's a senior, like, why does he know who, like, this teacher is? Like, he doesn't have her in class. Like, why do they...
Like, they had, like, remember, like, student aides? Like, the teacher's assistants? Did you guys do those?
Oh, I thought you were talking about, like, a disease.
No, sorry, no.
You remember, like, the teachers with, like...
AIDS.
Got it.
AIDS. Helpers.
Remember, like, student chlamydia?
like she always had, like, a senior boy that was, like, pretty good-looking guy.
Yeah, who, ironically, couldn't read that well. But he was a student aide for reading.
I like the idea of reading, it was being adjacent to English, and therefore, like, what do you do in English if you're reading and reading? just writing only.
Grammar only.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sentence trees. But
What
yeah,
is a sentence tree?
You ever had to do those?
I don't remember.
Is that the...
Maybe in, like, 4th grade when you guys did sophomore year or something.
You didn't do that freshman year of college? Sentence tree. I remember, like, you would underline words, and then, like, you would draw... Let me just show you.
Oh, okay. Like, there's certain aspects of, a sentence.
Here's the noun. Here's the, participle. Here's the verb.
No, I've never seen that. That sounds fun. Did you guys do DOL, daily oral language?
You were being so just, the AIDS and the oral, and I didn't do any of this stuff, dude.
Oh, my gosh. Get out of here.
I didn't do DOL.
DOL, what about deer time? Drop everything and read?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Drop it.
Book fairs. Book fairs were exciting.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about all the good things about school after we trashed it for
You didn't have any weird science teachers?
Mrs. Bush was weird. Don't go there, Jake, all right? Don't go there.
I won't. Yeah, no, we had some weird ones too. I remember this guy also this was in 8th grade. A lot of the girls were like, he creeps me out.
Really?
And I was like, I think it's hilarious. But, looking back, it's like, yeah, that's not good, probably, if the girls feel creeped out. One time he, like, looking back, it's like, you didn't need to do that, and it's weird that this is where... So he was like, it's biology. We have to go over, like, some reproductive parts. It's 8th grade, so we're not going into super in detail.
Yeah.
But he's telling us, he's like, an egg is significantly bigger than, like, sperm. Let me show you. And then in Sharpie, he just draws each of them to scale on the wall of his classroom. Not on the whiteboard. With a
on a wall?
Like on a white wall.
On the cinder block wall.
Cinder block, yeah, exactly. You nailed it.
Really?
Just draws it in Sharpie. Both of those parts. And
in
it's like,
Sharpie?
see how much bigger. Yeah.
Like permanent Sharpie?
Yeah, just stayed up there the rest of the school year.
What?
Yeah. And at the time, it's one of those things like, that's hilarious.
And you're like, dude,
Mr. Dedrick will do...
He defamed the school property.
He's crazy.
That guy, you'll never know what he's going to do next.
He'll do anything.
He, like, becomes unhinged, like, every other week, pretty much. Like,
And then looking back, it's like, that's a weird, like, I don't know, weird way of, like, starting this conversation, weird way of, like, being known, like, yeah, I'm the guy who does the reproductive parts on the wall.
You might have seen my artwork over there. If not over there, then in the bathroom stall, That's weird.
It's kind of a weird thing to be like, this is where I'm quirky when it comes to the reproductive system.
Yeah.
Like, hoping to start a conversation. You never know.
No, I just, science class was my least favorite hour of every single day of school, like, growing up. I think it was kind of like one of those things, kind of like, for the longest time, I was like, I'm just not a handy person. I can't do woodworking because I don't have that mind. For the longest time, I convinced myself, like, I'm not good at science. And so therefore, I think in science class, I probably paid attention like 50% as much as every other class, because I'm like, I'm not going to understand this anyway. Why try? And in reality, I think if I look back on it, I'm like, okay, I could have applied myself better and would have been just fine in this class. And I was just fine. I always knew how to get by and, like, knew how to study for tests and find the right answers and memorize those. But it was like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I was good at the periodic table, and that was about it.
Had that down.
I liked all, like, the protons, neutrons, electrons. Like, I liked that kind of idea.
I really like chemistry because it was adjacent to math.
Yes, chemistry was practically just math.
Yeah.
With a little bit of science.
With more letters.
Yeah.
I liked, I'll tell you what I didn't like, is I feel like I learned the scientific method every year. I mean, from, like, probably 5th to 12th. And we went over it.
Scientific method's basically like, it sounds like you know very well, but, like, it's like a hypothesis, and then you test it, and then you see the results. Is that right?
Observation would be first.
Observation.
And then hypothesis.
Okay.
And then I don't really remember. But that's like dependent variable, independent variable, control group.
Okay.
Retested it. Just like this whole, like, 9-step process on how science is formed.
You always were breaking it down.
It was always unit 1. Every single year. It's like, yo, I got it.
That must have been like a big, like, Missouri must have done a lot of research on, like, listen, our kids don't know the scientific method, and it is in everything.
Or it's like on every standardized test at the end of the year. Like, hey, they're going to ask about the scientific method. We got to go over it.
Do you, like, when you're, like, thinking about which route should I take? Okay, dependent variable is my car. My car's going to go this fast. Independent variable, what route? Are you thinking that every single time you do anything now, since you were just hammered into it?
I tell you, when I think about it, it's like when we have like technical issues. It's like you have to keep everything the same, and then okay, now we're going to test the HDMI. That's the independent variable.
Yeah.
Okay, HDMI works as something separate. It's not that. We can roll out the cord. Okay, let's try the Rodecaster. That's our new independent variable. Everything else is the control. Whatever. So
is there a chance you wouldn't have thought that way had it not been for 18 years in a row?
Yeah, you're right. Who knows?
Thank you, Stratford.
Thank you, Stratford, R12 school district. I would. If Rachel wasn't taking a very important test, just a few bedrooms over from us, I would go snag her, because maybe next week I'll have a list of things. Rachel's dad was a science teacher.
Okay.
And it sounds like his classroom was so much fun.
Really?
And he was just a...
Was he drawn on blocks?
Just a student's teacher.
Yeah.
Like I just hear these stories randomly, and I feel like there's no end to all these things he's done for his like students, and it sounds so fun. So I need to like gather a list, but I feel like he'll just do things like, just every now and then I'll just bring like a griddle to class and I'll just make breakfast for them all.
Dude, I think there's more, that is more of a fine line than anything else is being a student's teacher, because you can go one side or the other very easily as far as like, I'm trying to make them like me so much that I have no control over my kids. Or like the opposite, like I'm so strict that nobody likes me.
Yeah.
And so like you have to find that perfect balance, and I think it's near impossible to do well. Like, because hopefully, like he's still teaching them stuff within all this. Because I've seen kids that are like I went and helped out with or like spoke at Isaac's school one time for the wood shop, and people brought like hot plates there and like we're making breakfast and stuff. But I was like, I don't think they really respect this teacher very much. I think they're just kinda,
really casual class.
But at the same time, like, if the teacher's like, guys, let's do something great here. And if we all get X amount on our tests, we can have, pancakes on Friday.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh man, Mr. Coop, he's the man.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
I need to get a list from Rachel and her dad and just like, hey, what are all the different things he's done in his classroom? Because it just sounds fun.
Oh yeah. I respect the heck out of teachers. So shout out to Steve and Angie and all the educators out there.
Sure.
Got a lot in my family as well, but
that 2 out of 10 makes up a lot of people. Those who know about school.
Boy, oh boy, does it. Yeah.
Anyway, we've recorded about 20 minutes and haven't really talked about anything about our weeks. So you want to talk about those?
I don't know. No, yeah. It's been a great week, man. I feel like it's going to be a broken record. I need to probably start doing stuff outside of you and my family, so I have other things to talk about.
Even on days when we said, hey, we're not going to see each other, we still saw each other. Friday night, we worked separately, but then saw each other for game night.
Yeah.
Saturday, Vinny Beck's birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday, dinner at your house.
Yeah.
So
I didn't connect that we did it all, 3 days in a row of hanging out.
Yeah.
Friday, I was like, I'm so glad I don't get to have to see Jake all day. And Catherine's like, actually, we're going to game night with Jake. Oh. I didn't say the first part, actually. Awesome. That's really cool. That makes me feel great.
Had a great Settlers battle.
That was a great battle. Oh, we got to talk about that. Okay. Yeah. So we had, it was 6 of us. 5 of us played. The Hoaglunds were also there. LukeHoagland.com and Bailey Bowling. She didn't want to play. It was kind of my fault. I didn't bring all the colors for the expansion pack. I was like, Bailey, I'll go get back and get them. She's like, I don't really want to play. No problem, Bailey. So we're playing. We don't have to get too far into it because Settlers is not everyone understands Settlers, but essentially Catherine was dominating. True?
Yeah. I mean, she's out 6, 7 points. I'm at 2, 3.
I think we were at like 3 or 4 versus her 7 or 8.
10 is how you win. She's already
10 is how
there.
you win. And I always say it's hard to close. That's my big thing is like anybody can get 8 points. It's hard to get 10. But Catherine's looking like she's going to win easily. And so without getting too far into the weeds, basically what happened was I blocked her with something. I put a settlement so that she could no longer build any more of her road, which was what was getting her 2 of her 7 or 8 points. And I was pretty excited about it. I was pretty excited, and she was a little bit upset with me, but like played it off well and everything. Anyway, elongated the game. There was multiple times where it was like, oh, I think Rachel's going to win. And then it was like, oh, Jake was going to win.
Look out.
Yeah. And then finally it ended up that I won the game. But I think it was like Jake had 8 or 9, Catherine had 8 or 9, Rachel had 8, I think. Luke had a good time. And so we go home, and I don't know how much Catherine wants me to tell about this, but it's fine. But, we're just having a nice leisurely walk. Like, that was a fun time. That was a good time. And then we get home, and she's like, I did feel like you were kind of ruthless with me on that, cutting me off on the longest road, though.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh. She's like, I don't think you would have done that to Rachel. And I was like, I think I think I would have. She's like, I think you treat me differently than other people in that game. And basically it ended up being kind of like this innocent, like, oh, come on, it's fine, to like, we get like, it was like a classic like first year of marriage argument where it was like, this is silly. And then all of a sudden it was like, why are we still arguing about this? And like an hour later, we're like, Catherine's like, well, I mean, are you going to teach our kids to play that way? And like I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening here?
You had longest road.
And I was kind of having it like, I realized at the end of the argument, conversation, whatever, that I was kind of enjoying this like back and forth, like you make a point, Catherine, I make a counterpoint. And then I realized she was not enjoying it. Like I thought it was like, this is a friendly competition of like, who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong. Let me bring up this, like, like paralleled example to, like, I was like, cause she claimed like, you can have fun in Settlers without, making me not have fun anymore by cutting me off. And I said, Catherine, that's half the game. Like that's defense. It's like if the Chiefs score 100 points a game, but they don't play defense, and the other team scores 110, they don't win. Like that's part of. And she's like, sports are different than board games, and all these different things. And then I gave the example of.
Sounds like a great debate.
It was awesome, and it was like late at night. It was like midnight, and I was like, why are we doing this?
That's what it as soon as you wake up, you're like, man, that was dumb.
Oh yeah. Before we even went to bed, we like resolved it and everything, but it was like multiple times I had to be like, I'm sorry, and then we'd be like, I'm sorry. I know I should be better. And then, it's like, it's okay. It's just this and this. And then it's like, okay, we're back into it. Because I don't disagree. I don't agree with that. So it was like, so my example was like, hey, what about in Uno? Let's say the person has one card left and you could either play, the same
wild that is not in their hand.
Yes. My example was you either, the color in the middle is blue. You have a blue card or you have a wild draw 4 card.
Yeah.
Which one would you play? Oh gosh. And like she knew the right answer, right? The right answer is wild draw 4.
They're about to win.
But she thought about it, she goes, honestly, I think I'd play the blue. No, I was like, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Like, no. That's when it was like started becoming fun because I was like,
8 out of 10 people
you're being ridiculous.
Don't know how to play Uno.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
I was like, you're telling me? She's like, because you don't know what color they have. And I was like, yeah, but there's a guarantee that the game goes on. I was like, it's the same thing with Settlers. I didn't know you were going to win when you had 8 points.
But I can do something.
It sure looked like you were closer than me, And yeah, anyway, we went back and forth. And we've had arguments like that plenty of times in marriage, but it's usually like the first year of marriage where we're like, which light switch should we turn on or off for this thing? Because there's 2 in a room or something. And now it's like, I don't care. Do whatever you want with the light switches. But for whatever reason, I don't think either of us wanted to back down this time. So we were just talking back and forth about it. And
Settlers.
It was silly. Yeah, it was just a silly thing. And at one point I was like, should I just not play Settlers with you anymore? Like, or like, do I
need to go Bailey mode?
I was like, do you want, like, I was like, I think it's more fun if you're being competitive. She's like, you can be competitive without being a jerk. And I was like, I don't think I was being a jerk. I think everyone had fun. Anyway, so it was back and forth. So
that is fun.
We had fun though, didn't we?
We had fun. And we played more games this week. We can talk about those later.
I was not ruthless in that game. I got 0 points in that game. I got 0 points. And I like she's like, you can be competitive without being like a jerk. And I was like, I don't think I was being a jerk. I was like, I won and I didn't like gloat about it or anything. And I lost the other day and I was not gloating about that. Or
it was fun. It was
whatever the right word is, wallowing about that.
Wallowing.
Anyway.
Let's talk about board games a little later. Right now we have kind of two announcements at the same time. Well, first I'll say we have a new segment.
Yes.
And you're going to be hearing about this segment a little more.
Okay.
The second announcement that coincides with it is that this segment
coincides with it
is brought to you by Chike Chike.
Oh, Chike.
This doesn't come as a surprise to anyone that Chike is back. You guys love them. We tell people, even when we're trying to secure new sponsors, we talk about the Chike campaign last time. We're like,
the Chike Revolution.
We had people in our audience asking for Chike merchandise, which I think has got to be a first in podcast history.
Making like amateur Chike videos, commercials,
Anyway, so they're sponsoring a new segment called Something I Chide this week.
Wait a second. I thought it was Chike.
So, yes, I could see the confusion. But Chike, coffee protein powder, is coming out with a new flavor.
Really?
Chai.
Chai?
CHAI.
AI, that it's hot these days.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Chai GPT.
Chai GPT.
Yeah.
Chai.
Chai GPT!
In honor of the new chai flavor, which is amazing. You guys got to check it out. We'll tell you more about it. Brian and I each got to tell you some things that we've chied out this week. Mm-hmm. Some new things.
I've been trying out a lot of things. Bo's been riding around on his tricycle.
Really?
Yeah, out in the Chiveway.
Oh, wow.
I didn't play in either of those. You like that?
Amazing.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've tried a few different things this week. First thing I tried is swimming in goggles. Imagine that for a second. Imagine it.
You did that this week,
They're tinted. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Tinted goggles.
For outdoor use.
I guess. I don't know why they're tinted, but yeah, it must be. I've been swimming indoors with them. But game changer.
Goggles are great.
Swimming in the
You know
goggles.
if you're swimming in a line now.
100%. And honestly, I'd been opening my chais anyway to like see, but then my chais would burn because of too much chlorine.
Chaisenberg.
Chaisenburn!
Chais would burn.
So that's my first thing. Do you have anything?
Okay. Yeah, I have one thing I tried that I'm proud of.
Okay.
And one thing that I tried that I'm not proud of.
Great.
Which one would you like first?
I'm not. Yeah, I want the proud of one first.
Life hack. If you're going to be out.
Chive hack.
Chive hack. Golfing, let's say.
Okay.
And the weather is like decent and it's sunny, but it's going to be very windy.
Yes.
I have found that if you golf in a ski mask, all your problems go away. And no one wants to talk to you.
You are not approachable, which makes it so much more of just a solitary time on the golf course.
I definitely took it off. Anytime I had to go to the pro shop or like a marshal is driving up to me, I was like, I'm going to take the ski mask off.
And from what I understand, like a ski, so I think of a few different things when I think of ski mask. One of them is like the goggles, not ski goggles. You're talking about like put it over everything, but have a slit where your eyes are.
Small little slit. Like,
is that right?
Put the money in the bag.
Yeah.
Everybody on the ground. Nobody call the cops.
Yeah, you hit like a bad shot into another thing. Instead of saying 4, you're like, everybody on the ground!
Like, what? It was still helpful. You need to be on the ground.
Yeah. Put the balls in the bag.
So yeah, that's what it's like. I just look like a criminal out there. But there'd be times where I was like, okay, I think it's warming up a little bit. I think I can take this off. I take it off. Boom, that neck is cold. I was like, dude, this ski mask is doing a lot for me right now.
Yeah.
Just to protect this area and even just the head. I think a lot of heat escapes that way. So as long as it stays windy, I'm going to be ski masking.
Okay. You think ski mask over just neck gaiter?
I've never really had a neck gaiter. A gaiter to me seems like a thinner, like more like spandexy material. It doesn't seem as warm. This is like a fleece. Like,
okay, this
is insulating.
They make. I used a gaiter for South Dakota, and it was nice.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah. Anyway,
I feel like when I think gator, I think of like those people mainly from like Louisiana and Texas who were told they had to wear a mask during COVID.
Oh yeah,
they're like, well, I'm gonna wear this gator.
That's fine. I'll get one from Cabela's then.
Yeah, it was like that. It's like those people that I saw on like an airplane during 2020.
Yeah,
like that is the gator I'm imagining.
And then gators eventually were like outlawed. Like you couldn't use those as masks anymore.
Yeah,
because those were ineffective.
And then the CDC was like, actually, it all was. Our bad on that.
Yes.
Whoopsie
exactly.
daisy.
Okay. What's your, do you want me to go again?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can go.
Next thing I tried to be an adult this week. I tried to be a responsible adult, somebody that,
you got your wallet back.
I did not get my wallet back, but guess what, Jake? I can legally chive now because I have a chiver's license.
Yours are very on theme.
I renewed my chiver's license. I went to the, chiver's license bureau. And it's classic. Like I got there and there was like a security guard at the front and he goes, "What time's your appointment?" And it was like, clearly like, I understand that you're trying to make me feel bad for not having an appointment, but I'm fine with it. I was like,
be confident.
I was like, I don't have an appointment. Yeah. And he goes, "What are you here for?" I was like, I lost my driver's license. And they're like, okay, go to that booth over there and talk to that lady about it. And so I told her, I had all my right things, social security number, like, birth certificate, like had like the legit things that I needed for this thing, and was in and out of there in 45 minutes. Like, yeah, real quick. And I did I think I told you this the other night, the other chite, but I was talking to the lady, because they call you up eventually and like, number R155.
Yeah.
At booth 12. And then you go to booth 12. I was talking to this woman, and the lady next to her, the worker in the booth next to her, like leaned over this woman and kind of made eye contact with me as she was talking to this woman. She goes, "I finally got finished with that person." And it was like she got like starstruck of something. She
looking at you.
And then she kept talking to this lady. And then like 2 minutes later, she finally looked back at me. She's like, "You look so familiar. How do I know you?" And I went for it. I was like, I make videos on the internet. And
Yeah.
she's like, I follow you everywhere.
She's like, you're that WNBA influencer.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Is your chair about to break or what's going on over there?
The thing was not. There we go. I don't know. There we go. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun to talk to her. And she's like, you're the ones that the one video that she like pointed out. I'm sure you can never guess. She's like, you're the one that do you compare veteran parents versus like new parents, right? And I was like,
Oh.
Yeah, I think we've done
I
that.
was thinking like veterans.
Yeah, when she said veterans, I was like, oh, I don't know. We haven't really done much with that motif yet.
We haven't done like a stolen valor video yet.
We're thinking about it. It's in the hopper.
We wanted,
right?
Trey
We're
wanted
waiting for
to
4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it was fun to get recognized.
That is very fun.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Dang it. Something else I tried this week that I am not proud of is it's about 3 nights ago.
3 nights ago.
I'm sitting, I'm pooping.
Okay.
And I am like, I need something. I want to find like a game on my phone.
Oh.
Like, I don't really play games on my phone.
Yeah.
I go to click this, like I'm like 4 pages deep on my phone, like towards the back, like I haven't been back here on the apps.
You're not downloading a new game. You're just finding one
just
you got.
seeing what we got that's been like offloaded.
Everything you got. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, crossword. Okay, I'll do a little crossword. I don't remember even downloading a crossword app at any point. Let's do a crossword right now.
You downloaded at one point when you're like, I'm not going to have, Wi-Fi on the airplane. So,
100%.
Yeah. Been there.
But then the crossword's taken a while to download.
Okay.
And I see a little below it is a game that I have not played in probably at least 5 or 6 years, which is crazy to think that it's been on my phone this whole time.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And it's called Clash Royale. And I downloaded it, and I am not proud of the amount I've played.
Really?
Since then.
You're addicted?
Yeah. And I with Rachel, I kind of had 2 options. It's like I can either choose to be embarrassed by this and hide it from her, or I can just become this character who like thinks everyone needs to be playing this. And I'm like, you think spear goblins are just like a like an archer?
You just lean into it.
Yeah.
Okay, can you explain it really quick to me? I don't really understand Clash Royale.
I think their first game was Clash of Clans that went like really well, and
it's not the same thing.
And this is like just it's a different game.
Okay.
Basically, I think it's a company called Supercell. They've mastered like just well balanced games so you can play against anyone online at any time. Like you go in and you're playing against a real person.
Somebody.
Yeah, you always play against real people.
Okay.
Which is so fun. Just like a big strategy game.
Okay.
Where it's probably no different than probably what like Pokemon cards are. It's like, you've got made up creatures with abilities and damage and spells and dumb stuff, and it's balanced, and you try to figure out the best way to like take someone down.
There's pros and cons to each thing that you use.
Yeah. Okay. It's like, a lot of damage, but it costs 8 elixir, Brad.
Oh gosh. Do you even have 8 elixir?
Is that going to be worth it?
Yeah.
Or should I just,
Yeah, you don't want to deplete your elixirs too quickly.
I could just do like I don't know. It's like a bomb tower instead.
What about Spear Goblin? What about Purple Nurples?
Those are not as effective as you think.
I'm trying to remember.
Those don't last that long.
What do they call them? Funky Monkeys?
Funky Monkeys were a part of it, and then there was a software update, and now it's Spunky Monkeys. They latch on you. They grab anyone in their range, and they pull them into you, and then they like beat them up.
What about Choco Tacos?
Choco Tacos,
gives you health.
Yeah, they're like flying creatures that if you're in the radius, then they give health to everyone around them.
Okay, what about Throttle Bottles?
Throttle Bottles is like a tank type unit that goes very slowly, but all the other creatures are like attracted to them.
Oh, okay. What about what is it called? Fast Grass?
Fast Grass is
like turbo mode?
No,
kind of thing,
that's like an achievement you can get to. Like once you get to 4,500 trophies, then you get to play on the Fast Grass like arena.
What about like Chike protein iced coffee?
Oh, so that's found at chike.com, CHIKE.com. And that's a part of the game where this is kind of fun. Talking to him back on the phone, he was like, dude, I kind of feel bad. I don't think we offered the Ghostrunners like enough of a discount last time.
Wow.
I was like, okay, great. I don't think I ever heard that complaint. But he was like, yeah, so we're going to do it way bigger. So Chike also has a new part of their website where now you can get a subscription, and it saves you money anyway. But on top of the money you're going to save by subscribing, which is like $5 off normally, now use code Ghostrunners, all one word, for 25% off.
25% off.
Your first subscribe and save on chike.com. So,
wow.
Yeah, if you're a new listener, it's Chike Protein Iced Coffee we both really love the products. My sister is like texting me like, hey, you got any more chai?
A chai?
I need it.
Yeah.
It's got 20 grams of non-GMO protein, 2 shots of real espresso, and only 1 gram of sugar.
Yeah, it's delicious.
And chike.com or the link in description, which is I like chike.com/ghostrunners. Check them out.
I like chai.
If you're not ready to commit, you can always get a sampler pack. They're only $15 and they ship free. So bingo,
Amazing.
bango, bongo.
Yeah.
So check them out.
Check them out.
That's what I tried this week.
Love it, dude. Whew. I do have a few things that I'm kind of like into right now.
Okay.
They're not necessarily things I tried, but they're just more things that I am enjoying.
Currently trending?
Currently trending, I guess you could call them. The first one is something that Rachel I was so excited that she was excited for me, and then I realized she was making fun of me. We have an Ecobee thermostat, and it has a speaker built into it that you can connect your Spotify to. It's a nice, often we're not like crazy techie in our house. We don't do like the Bluetooth stuff very often or have an Alexa or anything like that. Because we don't want Big Brother, but we do Ecobee, and if you don't want to play music from your phone, you can just play it from the thermostat. And you guys were doing logic puzzles the other night, which is a
fun little race.
Scene.
Yeah,
you, Rachel, and Catherine. I was like, I don't want to do this. And so you guys were like, can I get some music? But instrumental only. And so I played some music, but it was coming out of my phone. I was like, it's not the same as the old Ecobee. So I put on the Ecobee, thinking that no one would think anything of it, like whatever. And Rachel was like,
is that coming out of the thermostat?
Is that coming? You have a speaker right there. And the thermostat's like in the hallway. It's not like in like an ideal location for a speaker or anything. And I was so pumped that we were resonating together on this, because I'm like, yes, it's like the perfect like little blend of like just over there in the corner. And she's like, that is sick. And that's when I knew.
That's sick, Brad.
That's when I knew. I was like, oh, you're poking fun at me in my Ecobee.
Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're playing lo-fi beats out of your Ecobee thermostat?
Eco Beats? Yeah.
That's insanely sick.
That is wildly sick, dude.
Dude, no cap. That is fire, dude.
I was like, oh, when she said sick, it was over. I was like, okay, you don't mean it. You don't mean it at all.
Oh, that's so
and it
sick.
is cool, okay, Rachel?
Oh, that's so sick.
So that's my first currently trending. And then the other one that I wrote down is I go through kicks just like Catherine does. And my current kick is I may have a new favorite restaurant, and it is a great franchise called Culver's.
Oh, last time I yacked is when I had Culver's. Oh, okay. So don't let it get to you.
Yeah, I've been going there. I went there multiple times this past week to work on my computer. It's clean. It's friendly service. There's plenty of seats. There's like booths that are kind of like secluded by themselves. Yeah. And so I didn't like one time I just got a drink. The other time I didn't get any food at all. I just went there and sat at Culver's, and it was wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a few questions. How they do on?
And sorry, they also have screens. And so I was like, March Madness, this would be a great place. They have like big screens, and they're always showing sports. I'm like, it's like a Chick-fil-A, but a little more like a living room version of a Chick-fil-A that serves beef.
A little homier.
Yeah.
But equally good service.
Equally good service. At least the ones in Kansas City. I don't know if that's everywhere, but like the ones here, it feels like it is right up there on par with Chick-fil-A as far as like consistent, just quality of service.
Let me ask you this. What is the temperature like in there normally? Is it good?
I have never thought twice about it, which means it must be good.
Yeah. What is the Wi-Fi like in there?
Like a normal restaurant Wi-Fi, not crazy good, not crazy bad.
Okay.
Which is fine for me in my like Google docking. I don't need, I'm not editing and downloading and uploading things. So
what is the outlet situation like?
Pretty strong, especially in a few of the booths. I mean, you find certain booths that are better than others, but one booth that I have, it's secluded. There's only 3 booths in this little row. It's kind of in like a smaller room, and there's one specifically right there with the outlet, and it's
the honey hole.
It's the honey hole. And then there's also another one that has an outlet that's on the window. So if you want to get a little more natural light, you want to get a little more people watching, you're good over there too.
It's good to have spots.
Yeah.
I think that's all my questions. The seats have cushions. This is like a normal booth.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
I think so. That's all the questions I have.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place. So I don't know if I'll like it in 2 weeks, but I like it right now.
Currently trending.
Yeah. And it's like no one's there at 2:00 in the afternoon. And so that's always nice too.
Yeah.
That's half the battle is I get distracted or I...
Half bat.
Yeah, half the bat. So...
on that same note, currently trending for me is just peanut butter filled pretzels. I lived 30 years of my life without having one of these, without really knowing that they existed. And now that they're in my life, I don't know if I need any other snack.
Really?
I don't know if I need any other meal.
That's just self-sustaining.
Like, I think you can have just like a few of them, and it's like 10 grams of protein.
Really?
Like, it's a good amount of protein. It's got a little salt and like a little bit of sugar in there too, and the peanut butter. Like, it's just like, it could be you can look at it as a savory treat. If like, I need something salty. People are like, I need something sweet. It has that too. It's all in the reframing. It's how you look at it.
It's like the perfect athlete. 3-tool. What is it? How many tools?
5 tools in baseball.
5-tool athlete.
And it's also just like, it's filling because of all the protein.
Okay.
So I was asking Rachel, I was like, be honest.
Uh-huh.
Do I need anything else?
Like the food pyramid seems like it is just changing for me into a just peanut butter pretzel filled.
It's like that's
the shape of
like
it now.
a pillow shaped.
Yeah.
Like a pillow of peanut butter. And she was like, yeah, I mean, it does have some stuff in there. She's like, you're going to be a little irregular if this is all you do.
You're like, Mama, I've been irregular for 30 years.
You're talking to Mr. Irregular. You've heard of Mr. Irrelevant. Brock Purdy, wedding invitee. You're looking at Mr. Irregular.
There you go.
And so I said, okay, one food. What else do I need? She said blueberries. And so last night for dinner, I had peanut butter filled pretzels and blueberries to test it out. Let's see how we're doing. And about an hour later, I was so hungry.
Yeah.
So not a full meal replacement, kind of fun.
When you said that you could have a few and be full, I was like, that's my experience with peanut butter filled pretzels. That's the flaw, is that when you eat 5 of them, you're going to eat 50 more.
Oh, yeah. I think it takes more than 3 to be full.
Yeah. Like you just get addicted to them is what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. You eat a lot.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of full. Either way, I'm just all in on these pretzels, dude. I want them in this house at all times.
Yeah, that's a
available.
fun goal.
Yeah.
Maybe every room, even.
Yeah.
I that's my goal for our house with Kleenexes. I want a Kleenex box in every room, and Catherine does not agree with me, and so we don't. And I don't care that much, so I don't really fight it.
I'd like to have a weapon in every room, just in case there's a burglar. You
Very
get cornered.
Very good.
Maybe just a set of golf clubs in each room. There's your weapon. Also, never bad to take a few hacks.
Let's go ahead and reverse that, though.
Kleenex attached to a golf club. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, you nailed it. I was gonna say there's also a potential weapon for a burglar in every room. So you lock the burglar in this room, all of a sudden he's hacking that away at a 4-iron at your door.
Yeah, if there was an instance where a burglar was in my house and I wanted him to be locked into a room, and also he knew where I hid the golf clubs, then yes, that would be detrimental.
No, but you're saying you would have the golf clubs in every room.
Yeah, but
they'd be hidden.
Yeah, hidden, okay. And also in your scenario, I locked him in a room with me.
No. You locked him in this room.
Yeah, that's right. Why would I ever lock a burglar in a room with me?
Because you're smoking him in. You're like, whoa, this guy's, we got to get this. And so you lure him into a room with the peanut butter pretzels.
Actually, yeah, I like this. Because let's say this is after May 27th. Rachel also lives here. It's like, hey, don't worry about her.
Sure.
You fight me. We're going to go into the spare bedroom and, hey.
I'm a man.
One person comes out of this cage match style.
Okay.
Yeah, now I see it.
No, that was not what I was expecting, but I like that more.
I think that's how I could justify fighting a burglar one-on-one in a locked room.
my like, vision is that the burglar's locked in the room and you're the rest of the house.
Yeah, the burglar's locked in the room.
Yeah.
But he locked me in the room?
No.
So why? What?
He's in the room by himself. My gosh.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And you're calling 911 or whatever. But then you're like, wait a second, he might get out because he's going to find this weapon in the room because there's a weapon in every room. So what you do is you have one room now, I figured it out, that's devoted to peanut butter pretzels only. And that's where the burglar's going first. Not only because he's hungry, but because why wouldn't you want to steal that room's contents first? And then boom, he's locked inside the room by himself.
Got it.
You cannot fight with peanut butter pretzels. I've tried. They're not fast enough. They're not dense enough. All of a sudden, you got a weapon in every room. Take your pick. Go grab one. Hey, Jake, I think it's time to get serious real quick about our next sponsor.
Please, let's do.
Hey, Ronald Reagan once said, all great change in America starts at the dinner table. Do you agree with that?
I do.
Okay. Did you know that Good Ranchers is helping bring back quality to dinner tables across America, providing the best meat and seafood that America has to offer?
I do.
You moo? Oh, you do? Good Ranchers is a subscription service where the food is delivered frozen right to your door. Did you know that? We are so pumped about our next sponsor that we are literally trying to look as ridiculous as possible to show you that the only thing ridiculous about Good Ranchers is how ridiculously good it is.
Yeah, that's right. This, don't. hold on. When you see us, I hope you see good quality American meat. You know, that you can have delivered right to your door.
Maybe you don't know exactly what Good Ranchers is. It's a subscription service. All meat is sourced local, independent farms right here in the U.S. So it's connecting people to quality products they can't get anywhere else. So together we're making American farms strong again, restoring the American table to what it always meant to be, which is a place of real community, remarkable quality, and true change.
How's my chicken sound?
It sounds so good. Good Ranchers meat is 100% American, absolutely delicious, steakhouse quality. Not only are they doing good for your family, but they're also doing good for other families in need. For every Good Ranchers box that you purchase, there are 10 meals donated to families in need. They've donated over 900,000 meals so far. Let's get them to over 1 million, baby.
Let's do it. And also free bacon.
Free bacon.
You get free bacon when you order.
Yes.
You get free bacon for a year.
Subscribe, get free bacon for a year. We do have a promo code for you.
That's right.
It is Cow Cluck Moo.
For you. No. GRKC.
GRKC for $20 off your first order at goodranchers.com. That's goodranchers.com, code GRKC, $20 off your first order. And subscribe and get free bacon for a year, baby. Good Ranchers, we love them. You love them. Go to YouTube and watch us be awesome for Good Ranchers.
American meat delivered.
Moo!
Cock-a-doodle-doo! I don't know how to say it without.
That was it. No, that was it.
I think you just say it phonetically. How would you make a chicken, like a rooster cock-a-doodle-doo sound? Wow, that was really good.
Thank you. GoodRanchers.com. I am so sweaty.
Yeah, it's very warm in here. And it's just so uncomfortable.
On Sunday, Jake, I took Bo and Hattie out to lunch at Chipotle. I was like, Hattie or Catherine, what if I just take them out? Give you a little bit of time, blah, blah, blah. They love going to restaurants. And so I'm driving, and they love, for whatever reason, they love driving in my truck. We have a just super nice van, and they always want to drive in the cruddy old rusty truck. And I'm like, great, whatever. And so I put them in their car seats. We're driving. Everything's going great. We even we drove to the Chipotle kind of farther away over by Target.
Okay.
Because I was like, it's going to be less people. It'll be nice, whatever. So I even do a U-turn. Everything's going great, driving wise. And then, we're on Shawnee Mission Parkway, and you turn, and it's kind of a sharp, C-shaped turn. Can you imagine what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Off of, and I'm just having a casual conversation with Hattie as I'm doing this turn, going 40 miles an hour around this kind of sharp thing, getting on the off ramp. And I'm like, Hattie, what'd you learn about in Sunday school today? And all of a sudden I just hear Bo go, whoa! And I look back, and Bo, his whole car seat had just tipped over. so I had strapped him into the car seat itself, but I had not strapped the car seat into the seatbelt. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so Bo is like in the perfect way, just absolutely stuck, because he's very securely in the car seat, but the car seat is just turned over on its side, and he's just like, whoa. That's all he's saying. And if it were Hattie would be screaming, crying at this whole thing.
Really?
And then so I'm just trying to do this sharp turn, the same time reaching back in my truck and pulling him back up, and he goes, that was scary, Dad. That was a little bit scary. And if that were Hattie, she'd be traumatized for 5 days, And yeah, Bo just goes, whoa. And just, if you could imagine,
yeah, that's really fun to imagine.
I mean, it's kind of like when I fell out of my chair the other day, but if you fall out of your chair, but you're strapped into the chair, you know what I mean?
You're like a turtle upside down.
You're just helpless there. You're like, what am I supposed to do with this? So, anyway, Bo's just so fun. He's so many different things about it. Right after that happened, we parked at Chipotle. He got out and he tripped on the sidewalk, and he just goes, ugh. Hattie would once again be crying and screaming and having such a hard time. And he just goes, ugh. And he stood up and just kept walking.
He's starting to get frustrated by his his
clumsiness. Yeah.
Klutziness.
Yeah. He's just so funny. And then today, Catherine found a mouse in our stuck in a mouse trap in our sink, underneath our sink. And we had already we had seen there were some signs of potential mooses, Moses. We've seen some potential Moses, all you can drink Moses, and so I put a few traps in the pantry as well. And Catherine's like, I'm too scared to look in the pantry, and so guess who she asked? She asked Bo. I'm like, Catherine, you're in your 30s,
parent,
and you're asking your 2-year-old son to be more brave than you.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
And of course, because I wasn't home, and of course, Bo just goes in there, and Bo doesn't have like much of a volume discrepancy. I feel like he's always loud. It's either like 6 to 10. Like he's always like, and so he goes in there. He's like, "There's no mice in there, Mom. No mice." And then we get home, and that's the first. I get home to dispose of the mouse before I come over here, and he's just like, "Dad, there's a mouse under the sink. It's still moving. It's still moving a little bit." I'm like, "Okay, buddy." So
good for Catherine delegating. That's funny.
I kind of got onto her. I was like, because she was so scared, and like showing how scared she was to the kids. I was like, "You're gonna freak these kids out about a mouse. Like, I know it's scary, but just be cool about it, and I'll come help you with it soon.
Be cool.
Especially because Bo has no fear towards mice right now.
Yeah,
and it's like that would be a great asset to have because I'm still scared of them too.
Don't build it into
like
them.
This mouse was in the sticky trap, but it's moving a lot. Like everything but his feet are still plenty mobile, and so I'm like, if this thing can like free up a few feet, he can get some motivation to get out of there.
And he's got to be angry.
Of course.
At you.
He is frustrated. He is startled.
Yeah.
And so I'm picking this thing up, and I'm nervous, but I'm just trying to act like I'm not. And I'm like, imagine in 2 years if Bo's not nervous and he can be the mouse guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, please stop being so scared. And
Bo's our mouse
him
guy.
To be scared. Yeah. Yeah. Bo's our exterminator.
That's fun. That's a fun story. I love Bo. It is so funny. Oh, who is it? Oh,
Timon.
Timon's in here with the got some new chords.
Justin Timon.
Get them both in.
He's our Justin guy, and his name's Timon. What's
Timon's
up,
back. We
You feel like you got some good ones?
I think so.
He thinks so. Okay, good.
Oh,
I did make a joke at your expense earlier, and you weren't here to
defend yourself.
Oh, that's too bad.
Ooh, first voice we've ever heard of Timon.
Voice reveal.
Yeah. Let's.
Timon, let's introduce ourselves real quick.
Yeah.
Let's tell us about yourself. Who do you think you are?
My whole identity is that I'm homeschooled.
That's all.
That's all you need to
So
know.
far on the podcast. Anyway.
Yes.
No, yeah. I'm 16.
Yeah.
I'm.
Do you feel 16? Do you feel 15? Do you
I
feel
feel-
18?
It varies.
Okay.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a Wednesday, so
It's a Wednesday. So
How did you feel just now having two like adults go tell you, "Hey, go run and grab a cord for us," going to Micro Center like on a Wednesday at 11 a.m.
and then you get
Probably-
back and these two adults are dressed up in these blow-up costumes.
Yeah, what age does that make you feel?
I left 2 adults and I walked back in on 2 animals.
Yeah.
No, I feel 17.
Okay.
Maybe.
Feel 17,
Maybe a year or
yeah.
2 older, you know.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's accurate. How was Micro Center? Get the
It was
cords
good.
we need.
Yeah. Some great customer service.
Fun place. Did they get you with the referral thing or whatever? They have you put
The sticker on. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
What
tried
is
to be
that?
subtle with it. I was like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, I know
what
what's
you're
going on.
doing. You
Yeah.
just want to raise.
Yeah,
Like a
exactly.
salesman, like it's like I helped you today, but really,
Yeah.
he's just putting it on there.
It's bogus.
Oh wow,
It's one of those things that other people wouldn't care about, but like drives me nuts a little bit because last time I went there, we were setting the studio up. They're like, I asked her if they had something, they didn't have it, and she's like, "Well, if you get anything else, say, would you mind throwing the sticker on what you got?"
Oh.
And I was like, in my head, I'm like, you're
If you get,
if I go and do it and get it, you want the commission. And then another guy came by. I had asked for a lot of help last week, and the other guy came by. He's like, "You looking for something?" I was like, "Yeah, couldn't find this, but you have like this." And he started helping me, and then he got buzzed over the intercom, and he just gave me his packet of stickers. He's like, "Hey, anything else? Here's like 10. Just
Oh,
stick
wow.
them on anything else. You get the rest of the day."
it must be like a big discrepancy then between like stickers and no stickers is how much you get paid.
And there must be some. I mean, yeah, but good for Micro Center because everyone is so helpful because they're chomping at the bit to
Sure.
get their stickers on your products.
Interesting.
But they're doing it in like not the way that I think Micro Center corporate wants them to be doing
Right?
it.
Yeah. It's like the greeter's just passing you out stickers as you walk in the door.
Just throw this on somebody.
Hey, put it on there and you get 7% on. You say 7% on? Yeah, 7% on.
Yeah.
You mean off? 7% on. Just put it on there. See what happens. See what happens.
7% on, please. Thank
7%
you. Have a
on.
good-
You put it on the thing. Just watch.
It's
Just
our
watch what
on
happens.
initiative.
Yeah. You only have to pay 9.5% tax on that if you put it on there.
And
It's like, I
inflation-
think that's how much tax is. Well,
And compared
thank you for shopping at Micro Center.
compared to last year, it's 7% inflated price on.
We're having a deal right now where if you put the sticker on, it's 7% higher price than when Trump was in office.
So that's Micro Center.
So yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Speaking of technology, I feel like
wait. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I do want Timon to tell us a little more about himself.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know. How do I continue? Let's
We'll
see.
ask you some questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd
interview
you
me.
grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Stillwell/Bucyrus, Kansas.
Okay.
Which is
Kansas City boy.
sort of like a mix of the country and the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that?
Good spot.
I do.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
great. Yeah. Very.
Do you? Would you say you live on land?
Yeah. We have around 6-ish acres. of
Okay.
land.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's still a neighborhood. It's a nice balance.
Do you explore? Like, do you have any woods that you can explore on your property?
Yeah, in our neighborhood, there's like a couple of our neighbors behind their houses, just like a few miles of woods that we've, explored, got lost in as children.
Yeah.
Some great traumatic memories.
yeah. Like, couldn't find my way home for dinner sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you are one of 6?
8.
8?
One of 8 kids.
One of 8.
Yeah, 8 sounds better.
And where are you in the pecking order?
I am the second oldest.
Okay.
Oldest boy. I have one older sister.
So there were a lot of eggs in your family?
Good, Red.
You
Okay.
could say that. Yeah.
And what are you involved in outside of all this videography and tech stuff?
Nice.
I'm homeschooled, and so basically nothing. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah. I do theater. I do I like to sing and act, and then just existing.
Yeah.
One of my hobbies is probably just
One of
living.
my hobbies is probably just one of my hobbies just
That's
kinda-
fun.
Timon posted something on his Instagram story a couple weeks ago, maybe, about the new album that he's in. He's in like a
Yeah.
live, like there's like a professional musical album that he is featured in.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
got
for
to-
Daniel?
Got
Is that
to,
right?
Yeah, sing for the character of Daniel in this musical called Between Two Worlds.
Between Two Worlds.
It's like a musical based on the life of Daniel from the Bible with a futuristic spin on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to sing for the main character.
Yeah. Timon's got some pipes.
How futuristic? Daniel have an iPhone?
Oh, how futuristic! He has a girlfriend, which is interesting.
I was like, I took the role because it was one way to get a girlfriend. It was really fun. Once I learned it was futuristic version, it sounded awesome.
That's great, man.
Cool.
That's good. Well, thanks for being here, Timon. I mean, we'll hear from him plenty more.
Oh yeah,
Just wanted
happy to be here.
Absolutely. Speaking of technology, you were saying.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've run into usually a pretty techie guy, and I found myself questioning myself and how I'm dealing with technology this week. Oh wow, Mac from Chike just texted us. Tell the ghosties Chike loves him.
Oh,
fun.
hey, Ghosties, Chike loves you.
And he sent a green emoji
For Chike.
for Chai. Anyway, so 2 different things. Both this happened this week. Is this relatable? I feel like if I am on the phone with someone, let me put my. If I'm on the phone, oh wow, that just puts a bunch of air into the.
Hello?
If I'm on the phone, yeah, you got it. If I'm on the phone with someone and then I get called, the 3 options that it presents to me
Yes, dude.
confuse the daylights out of me
dude.
every time. Because I'm looking for an option that just says like,
Ignore?
ignore.
Yeah.
You're not going to find an ignore.
'Cause
You're
there's
gonna
send to voicemail.
Send to voicemail, hold and accept, or
End.
end and accept.
And
I think.
I want to do the end and accept to ignore.
Because
but
it
really
looks,
send to
it's
voicemail
like that-
is ignore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because end and accept is like the don't answer, like red phone
Red.
icon.
Red means no thank you.
And send to voicemail, it's the biggest one. It's in the center, but for some reason my eyes are not drawn to it.
Because it's just white with the little like voicemail.
Dude, I
signal.
love how much you're doing this from memory. Like,
Yes,
this is great. Yeah, you know
because
exactly,
I know
what,
exactly
I'm
what you're
talking
talking about.
Yeah.
Because I always get tripped up, and so I always just let it keep beeping in my ear.
Dude, I get
I'm like,
so-
fine, I don't care. Just every once in a while it's gonna beep, and no one's gonna know but me. But I'm just stressed.
Yes, it is so hard for me to make a decision. Maybe now that I've talked about it out loud, it'll be better. But
Can you go side button?
I don't know what the side button would do.
Just a quick,
Apple Pay.
a quick click. Yeah, double click on that.
I don't know, but yeah, it was just
Don't double click actually, because if you try to do Apple Pay when you're on the phone, it'll kick you off the phone. I've learned that.
okay. I thought you were gonna
Okay.
say it just pays them.
Okay, Buster.
Kate Buster. Yeah, I was driving and on the phone with Josh Mayer. Shout out Josh Mayer Golf.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad called me, and I was like, okay, I'll call him back later. And I was just staring at my phone while driving. I was like, I don't know. Like Josh was like, you there? And I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
sorry.
a second.
I think I haven't spoken in like 5 seconds. I'm just staring at my phone, like, what do I do? So that was embarrassing. And then another thing, I feel like Trey and I are not seeing each other as much, but still doing a decent amount of work together. There's a lot of mood swing stuff to communicate with. There's correct opinion stuff. There's the tour. A lot of emails going in and out. So Trey and I have been emailing lately, which is already kind of a new medium for us.
Yeah, why not text?
I think it's a lot of like, so let me get into it. So like a brand who wants to work with Mood Swings might email both of us.
Sure.
We're both on the email, and then Trey from that will reply to it, but only reply to me.
Oh gosh.
And so that's what this is what I wanted to bring up. I've been very nervous communicating through email lately because I'm nervous if I'm doing it right. Because like that guy's name is right there. Are you sure this email is always going?
Like, yeah, double, triple check that
to you? It's like in the same thread. Email is just kind of confusing to me.
Dude, can we go ahead and complain one more time? RIP our fallen brother Google Inbox. Google Inbox was the greatest thing that never was.
Did we ever have that in the podcast at the same time?
I think we did at the very beginning.
Really?
Because I think we like what's the word? Got sad together about it.
Gotcha.
Grieved. Because Google Inbox was like Gmail, but smarter and
Google
better.
made their own separate app to Gmail. It was still Gmail, but it was called Inbox. Great user interface.
It was amazing, and I have such a hard time now with Gmail, like the chain of a Gmail, like back and forth responses of emails and stuff, trying to find things and like seeing like, okay, what has been said. And sometimes, all the previous emails will also be in the current email. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I miss Inbox. I never had this problem on Inbox.
Yep.
Inbox would like remind you when to do things. It was like, it looks like this email is something that you need to worry about. It's like, you're right. I do need to check in for my flight.
Stressed about this one, probably.
Anyway, it was amazing. So
I think a similar situation happened to you and I this week. A company emailed both of us. No, a company emailed me, so I forwarded it to you, and then I went back to reply to that company, ended up typing out an email to you. Because you were the bottom of the thread.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to send this to Brad. No, I have to go up and then hit reply on their email.
That is funny. It's like millennials trying to use things that Gen X is a little bit better at.
Probably
like Gen X,
are.
I'm sure, just dominating emails.
Yeah.
And we're like we grew up with emails, but we were not emailing very much. We were doing much more instant messaging, text messaging, things like that. And so we can kill that. But when we go back to emails every once in a while, we foible.
It is funny to imagine like our dads being really good at an email, like platform that's not even very user friendly. Like they can use an email, like AOL email, like
but
I
that's
got that
flying
down.
around Hotmail.
But like these things like Gmail and Outlook that are like all supposed to be just so nice and user friendly. It's like we're struggling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's like when the emails came out, people were like dominating fax machines still.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, okay, wait, but you can't do an email, and vice versa. Now we're the new generation of idiots.
Vice versa.
That's funny though about the technologies thing.
Yeah, just both of those been happening this week.
And those are like so elementary. It's not like you're like not advanced enough in technology. It's like, no, those are like the quote unquote easy technology things.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, you got to turn location services on your phone, and I don't know how to do that. Because I don't know how to find my settings on my phone. Like that's like a little more complicated. It's like, no, you just have to know which 3 buttons. You have 3 options to push, and it's like, I'm getting overwhelmed with this. So
it's good.
Yeah.
Should we wrap this sucker up? Do some reviews of the week?
Oh yeah.
Get your hooves out.
I have it on my phone.
I'll go ahead and start.
Great.
Jake reacts to the jingles like the Jake reacts to the jingles like the affirming words on Just Dance. The fact that Brad can sing the theme song to many different tunes is amazing. It reminds me of the theory that you can do the Macarena to any song. The way that you all talk about your babes of the week makes me hopeful for my future man of the week. The things Brad and Catherine teach their kids remind me of my childhood, from listening to Adventure in the Odyssey to the President's Placemat. Overall, the podcast makes my day brighter and keeps me encouraged to seek wholeheartedly after Christ. Thanks for everything you're doing. That was from Motaika.
Motaika.
Yeah, fun review. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo. Mine's from Christy Roll Tide, making my ship days 1 billion times better, hopefully it says. I don't know. I can't see the rest of the thing. It says, I'm a shipped shopper. That's fun. I'm a ship shopper. And the majority of my day is spent by myself, besides the slightly uncomfortable interactions with the same Publix employees over and over again. Mondays and Wednesdays are now my favorite shopping days because I get to listen to this podcast and feel like I have friends shopping with me. Thanks, Jake and Brad.
Thanks, Christy Roll Tide.
Christy Roll Tide. Bet she's a Auburn Tigers fan.
What is shipped with the T?
I'm assuming, based off that, it's like probably like an Uber Eats for, or like what's it called? Like you order food, like groceries, and they pick it out for you and deliver it to you.
Oh, I see.
It's my guess.
Fun. Ship shopper.
Ship shop. All right.
Cool. Brad, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
Yeah. Let me find it on my Gmail because that's easy enough to find, and I swear I just had it.
That's okay. Hey, I'll talk about something, and then I think you send the timing. Is it your computer that's Bluetooth
Timing's
in?
ready.
Great. So yeah, you can
I'm
just
ready.
text it
I'm
to.
ready.
Oh, you guys already.
Yeah, you go, Timon. I'm ready.
Oh wow.
Heather
wow.
Lee's back. She wrote before you play.
Yeah.
She wrote, it's a classic jingle, rewritten words.
Oh, that's fun.
You're going to love it.
Like a software update.
You're going to love it, Jake. That's all I'm going to say.
Great.
Yeah.
That was nice. Heather Lee, that was awesome. I'm glad you're still listening to the podcast. I'm glad you're still writing jingles.
Same.
That was awesome.
I wish that I would have known we were going to keep these on for a while. I would have taken off my hoodie underneath.
I took off my hoodie and I'm pretty warm in here.
Yep. All for the ghosties, baby.
Yep. You know what reminds me of Crazy Stupid Love? We kind of quoted yesterday, Lindhagen.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Carell in that movie. He's like trying to hit on women and Ryan Gosling's got him dressed in a certain way. And he kind of snaps one time and he's just completely honest with the woman. He's like, okay, I'm just trying to hit on you because that guy told me to, all right? And I'm wearing like 5 layers and I'm wearing a suit and a vest and a jacket on top of it. And it's so much sweat. It's all sweat. It soaks in all the juices.
Yep.
All the sweat.
Yep.
That's what you're like
That's
going
what
through right
I'm
now.
feeling
All
right
the
now.
juices.
Yep.
Just soaks it
there's
in.
so much back sweat right now going on in the chair.
Great.
But you know what? It's not even going to reach it because I have so many layers in between. So it's fine.
That's fantastic. Well, I hope you guys like the outfits. Check out Good Ranchers, promo code GRKC. Check out ilikechike.com/Ghostrunners. That'll put the promo code in. You can also do chike.com.
Promo
code Ghostrunners.
Yep.
And support them, support us.
Let us know what you think of the chike flavor. Let us know what you think of the chicken flavor, steak, seafood, whatever.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, tell a friend or two. We'd appreciate it. And we'll see you guys Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be a very fun episode. Brad had a great idea. And we're still going to do the idea, but it's slightly different than what we were thinking it was going to be.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, please join us on Wednesdays. We're having so much fun over there as well. So.
Ghosties on a couch. We're going to be answering your questions.
Oh.
Anything and everything.
Another thing, quickly, I want to do a new segment on Wednesdays called Ghosty Spotlight sometimes. And if you are interested, go to ghostrunners.life/interact. And basically, I want to brag on ghosties. So if you know a cool ghostie that is doing something cool, like Anna Buffini is going to the Olympics for an equestrian, potentially. I mean, that's amazing. And there's probably lots of cool stories, whether it's something very crazy or if it's like, no, I just know my friend who's a nurse and she, worked for 5 days in a row last week. That's amazing. So let's
talk about it.
Spotlight them. So submit your submission for Ghosty Spotlight on ghostrunners.life/interact. Love you guys.
Good. Have a good week, you guys.
See ya.
See you later.
Ghostrunners Podcast.